Radiant team pick.
Игра между OG и Альянс. Я уже ее рекламирую, эту серию. Ребята, простите, реально серия просто невероятно крутая. И там Микки у Альянса играл на Морфе. Настолько тащил, хотя по пику был огромный просят. Вот я бы хотела, наверное, посмотреть сейчас на качественного морфлинга сеа-сцены, потому что как раз в Европе мы увидели, в СНГ видели. Теперь посмотрим, как покажут нам морфа сеа. Морфа сеа. Power of MYSG. Решили сами взять Некрача, притом большое количество хила, если так посмотреть. У Дума земля есть, под которой у него очень большой реген. Некор, ну и Винтроверна. А Разора ты и так попробуй пробей. Такой, знаешь, очень пик по выживаемости сильный. Только будет ли это проблема для морфа в лейте? Вот в чем вопрос.
Осталось 10 секунд.
Саппорт, я надеюсь, не собираются играть в 3 таких.
Осталось 5 секунд.
Подтянут его, мне кажется. Ну, вообще никак.
Да, скорее всего, это 4-я позиция, думаю. Но, тем не менее, просто все равно, знаешь, плотные герои. Не знаю, а вот у Geek как раз
можете выбрать своих героев.
Вот это здорово, это мне нравится, топлю за них. Нет, ни за кого не топлю, конечно, но Алхимик, кстати, первый раз появляется в Азии с тех матчей, что я комментировал 14 карт группового этапа. Морфлинг тоже, по-моему, был максимум один раз. Непопулярные в Азии абсолютно герои, ну и это действительно ва-банк от MYSG. Алхимик — это очень круто, мне нравится. И в таком случае Разор должен пойти в легкую. Я так понимаю, Кунка, да, будет оффлейнером? Там не разобрали еще героев, на ком Муша будет играть. Квапа или Кунка? Квапа или Кунка? Ну, ага, все-таки Квапа. Схема, значит, Квапа в сложную, а Кунка, соответственно, в мидл. Возможно, передумали только что, потому что Разор выглядит как герой, который должен отправиться в легкую линию, а Разор против Кунки — это лучше, чем Разор против Квапы для MYSG. Ну и наоборот, соответственно, для Geek. Им желательно ставить Квапу против Разора. И таким образом будет линия Enigma Queen of Pain в сложной против Разора и кого-то еще в легкой у MYSG. Ну, интересно, должно получиться весело. Муши против Алхимика постоит хорошо. Алхимику главное не умирать, главное выносить крипов с самого начала и максимально много фармить стаки, если они, конечно, будут. Благодаря саппортам команды.
Ну, давай так. По исполнению, какую команду ты считаешь фаворитом? По исполнению, не по пику. Он просто по личному скиллу.
MYSG.
Хорошо. А пик тебе на этой карте чей больше импонирует?
Я не хочу голосовать против Энигмы и Марф. Которая Химик обязан там, 1000 любого другого героя, там, минут 15. Рейдианс там должен быть еще что-то там, Монтастайл или пол Монтастайла хотя бы. Не буду вообще никого выделять по пику, не хочу даже придумывать ничего и, соответственно, переобуваться потом, если что.
Ну
если
как? Ну это уже вообще...
Around. Okay, this is what I wanted in one of the previous games, and they refused to do it. But finally, Raven gets put into mid. He's on the position 1. At the end of last game, I said I don't care what lane you're playing in, as long as Raven is on that carry hero, then I'm happy. I'm not so happy about Kunkka safe lane, but it looks like Mushi's going to be playing alone down here, and they put a little more emphasis on that Schem disruptor lane top.
We'll have to play the musical lanes though, because if Kunkka's alone, he's going to be up against Razor, seemingly.
Yikes.
Yeah, that's a yikes. Yeah. So you definitely need. You definitely need the Kunkka and the Quap to swap around as soon as possible. I don't mind them giving a bit of space to the Quap with the early going because I do find that Kunkka is a hero that is useful regardless of what you have, as long as you have a bit of pains. Quap, not so much. That torrent was okay, Mushi. Sure, buddy. Sure. Bit of a miscalculation. Arctic Burden kind of annoying him. VT Fade is dealing a lot of damage, and he's not that fast, but he does force a lot of regen on Mushi. He's in the TP immediately.
He's out of there.
He knows.
I wonder how long it's going to take for VT Fader to TP top now.
Not long, as soon as he sees the quap.
And Mushi's already at half HP. He's going to lane at half HP. Oh.
He's slowly getting there. He has more tangos.
Oof, but he's gonna, yeah, he burns through half of his regeneration already.
Okay, we'll see.
Okay,
Yeah,
play hard gives him an easy start. Forces Velo to do the same thing. Falls back, TPs across, and there it is, the lane swap. So Mushi, having expended his TP first, gives the advantage, of course, to the Dire team, who can make that secondary move and put the Razor against the Kunkka as they wanted.
Okay, interesting by the way that Mushi went for level 1 Torrent, just in case. I think he knew he was somewhat gonna have to lane against the Razor, and the Torrent is the only way you can actually get away from that. This is gonna work out for them. To some degree. I mean, you don't have the lasting potential from Tidebringer or the harassment from Tidebringer, but whatever.
Oh yeah, we got 3 bounty runes for the Dire team as well. So that's Alchemist getting pumped full of cash.
You know, the good thing is at least Quap versus Necrophos is also a pretty good matchup for the Quap early on. Look at that, actually. Skem is close to getting that kill against Velo. One last hit. Velo tries to heal back up, and he does get it with a magic stick. Not gonna die, but Skem already pushed him out of lane, which is almost as good as getting that kill, honestly, in the early game.
Yeah, you're gonna get a massive level advantage. Like, Quap is gonna hit level 3 before Velo hits level 2.
The Walk of Shame as well.
Yeah.
He doesn't even have TP, 20 seconds at TP, because he actually swapped lanes with the TP. Wow.
Oh, Pelosin nearly gets the courier mid, but he's making this long wander through the jungles, trying to chase down Zephyr and catch out the Enigma when he's farming back in the pocket, because they have that Dire Observer ward up towards the Northern Radiant Shrine where they can see the double camp that Enigma likes to play off, and Doom is literally just following him around.
Pelosin has learned what he needs to do. Cancel Sheffer, win the game. Should be noted, and I've actually not mentioned this, but Sheffer, when he used to play in, I think it was Rexregum Kaon, he used to play, oh yes, man.
Mana burn, Enigma, have fun, buddy.
Anyway, when Sheffer used to play in Rexregum Kaon, he was playing mid before, which is why it kind of explains his very greedy playstyle and very playmaker playstyle. Back before he was known for Tigers. Mushi. Did he just mana drain the disrupt?
You're just mana burning everyone, dude.
Man, it's a very long cooldown, but it's actually working really nicely in the beginning. That's how you counter Doom.
I want to see him pick up the lightning creep if he finds one, because the
harpy.
The harpy is insane.
It is.
We've seen it a couple of times from Pods 4 Dooms where they just keep spamming that lightning. It's like 120 damage on a 5-second cooldown. It's ridiculously strong at zoning and harassing people out. So Palmascow, they've got themselves pretty much a tri-lane top. Wyvern, Razor with a Doom in the back against the Disruptor and the Kunkka. They don't quite get that pull in. Disruptor did an exceptionally good job making sure the pull gets contested. And with that kinetic field, he buys himself just enough space to get out of range until VT Faded cracks the whip into the back of his head and claims first blood.
Good Splinter Blast there by Winter. Not just enough to get that kill. As first blood going the way of Razor, that's great. Honestly, Mushi's been doing a fantastic job of being up against the Razor. He's actually beating him in last sets. This is very surprising, but now the lane has started to go the Razor as well.
Yo, look at where Zephyr is. He's now Dire. He's now a Dire hero.
Well, he's given up. Doom will never find me here.
Doom's getting pinged out. He's been spotted by the Radiant Observer ward now as he moves into that Radiant jungle. Velo's even hunting for the Enigma, wondering where the heck he is. They've got to know. Process of elimination here now. He's not in this jungle. He's not in these jungles. Where must he be? Pelosin's gonna find him.
He's gonna find you eventually. Yeah, he has your name written on that stick of Infernal Blade. The Courier sees him. Pelosin's like, thank you, Courier. But now Sheffer can actually fight back with the Malefice.
Top lane. Play hard. In a lot of trouble. One more hit, and there it is.
Oh, it's gonna be unstable current that actually gets him. That's a second kill for VT Faded.
So top lane going decently for the Razor, mid lane going decently for the Alchemist, but bottom lane atrocious for Velo. It is an absolutely impossible lane right now against this Queen of Pain with the level disadvantage, and of course you mentioned earlier that unfortunate situation with the lane swaps and the TPs. Skem is now level 5.5, and he's going to get a kill on Pelosin here. He's walked into death. Skem might even move forward, and he's got no blink. Never mind. I thought he could jump onto Velo.
Oh, Skem.
Level 3 dagger. He's going to get this kill anyway, even without blink. He's just going to punch him 2 more times. 1 more hit. It'll do the trick. Oh, denied. We need it.
He's going to heal himself a bit more. He's trusting himself as a tangle killer as well.
Back up the top. Torrent not connecting, so Winter does grab the bounty rune. It looks like a 2 for 2 across the map.
Right, so I love the Skem build actually. You know, a Snowball Link build, which is usually bad, but if you're playing a Queen of Pain against Necrophos, he has no mobility whatsoever. Yeah, you can blink and kill him. That could have been a kill with a blink, but you don't care. You want to push him out of lane more. And this is the second walk of shame that Velo has to do. Back to his base. It's pretty good. The Queen of Pain is definitely winning here. And you have the Shadow Strike level 3 with Scream of Pain level 2, burst plus the lane control. It's exactly what you want to do. Level 1 Scream of Pain is absolute garbage. Level 2 is pretty decent. So, Skem, I think you're doing the right thing. And Doom cannot get close to him either. This is the ideal Skem situation where he wins the lane and has impact early. Because we've seen him fall off, he doesn't have too much of an impact early.
So they give mid lane to Velo's Necro.
Which is necessary at this point.
But Alchemist is being contested in the jungle. Nothing to say, has fallen back to farm a couple of stacks and gets found by the rotation of Play Hard, allowing Raven to close that gap.
I really thought these lanes would go much more in favor of Pamiscal. Honestly, I think
it's these lane swaps.
These lane swaps, and partially the fact that Winter Wyvern and Doom might not be the strongest, you know, lane combo. You don't have a Shadow Shot.
Velo mid. The hasted Raven Morphling is absolutely nailing him. The annihilation of the Necro.
Doom comes in, but in front of him, not going to be good enough.
Does what? He hits him once and has to run away.
So yeah.
This is looking really, really good for Geek fam.
And Sheffer has managed to evade this Doom, who's just been chasing him the whole game. Sheffer has been so creative with the places he's been farming. And yeah, this has put them in a difficult position, because usually with an Enigma, you try to push the lanes out, or force the lanes out, so you can take advantage of the fact that he's playing in position 4, but instead, you've been kind of chasing him down.
His helm has been delayed by several minutes, though, right?
It's not, no, it's not a wrong choice to make, but it's because you have a Doom, right?
Yeah. Like, Helm should be here, theoretically, now. He's still a good 400 gold away from it. It's still a pretty damn good timing. I agree with you. Like, Zephyr has done an exceptional job dancing around the map.
He has found the most creative spots. He was farming here. Like, here. This is the Alchemist's place to farm, and Zephyr's like, nah, it's mine now. Don't you dare. He even has some stacks, which is... Oh, yeah, he's actually dividing the stacks of the Kunkka. I love when they do this, because it's just about it's just luck, you know? Whoever gets the last in, you know, it's not up to me.
Just clear it.
Just clear it.
Make sure your opponents don't get any of it.
BT Fade realizes this.
Now a tri-lane around this. Kunkka with a potential for a glimpse kinetic field. They've trapped the Razor inside.
DX, Eye of the Storm, they bring him back with a Torrent. They stun him out, but the Cold Embrace helps him for a bit. VT faded. Too hard to kill. Meanwhile, in the middle lane, Morphin just gets a quick kill against Poloson. And VT Fade is still chasing after Sheffer. He knows he has no boots. Mushi has to help his support. But Sheffer, unfortunately, will go down here. However, Skem joins the fray. And VT Fade now in trouble. Shadow Strike. Oh, never mind. That's not going to stop him from getting the kill. Regardless, the Seb comes out. At the same time as he loses his life. Good rotation there by Skem.
I'm sorry, but Razor is 1v4 in that situation. Okay, Winter gives him the Cold Embrace and then ran away. Winter Wyvern wasn't really involved in that. Yeah. Razor just stands his ground, moves forward. Finds a couple of very nice kills. Even though he did lose his life, he's forced rotations up towards top, alleviating the pressure a little bit from that Alchemist. And from this Doom, who is being gone on now by Mushi with the X-Bow, Zephyr arrives with his Helm of the Dominator, stomp out with a Centaur, not even needed, but he gives it the good old wallop anyway. As Alchemist is farming on the Radiant side of the jungle, he is role-playing as Enigma, hiding, hunting neutral creeps. Skem top.
Yeah, Winter Wyvern seems to be in a level. There, Sonic Wave committed. Skem is absolutely dominating. It seems like we're going to see a Garden Greaves build on the Queen of Pain, which I absolutely love. Especially in an off-lane Queen of Pain. It's not common you get to see these combinations, but hey, it's wonderful.
I'm a big fan of it. Like the first time I saw Greaves Quap, I think was it that Kobex Slam?
Really?
Yeah.
I've been playing for quite a while. It's very lovely.
It was like mid lane. Was like the mid lane Queen of Pain with Greaves?
Did you see it from the hospital? Is that what you...
Yeah, I did go to hospital in India. Wouldn't dare.
Wow. Do not say these things, please.
I mean, I don't have Indian insurance, dude.
SCA, that's exactly why. Thank you.
I'm a stupid boy who doesn't buy global travel insurance.
When he's a caster that goes through global lands.
Well, I do when I go to America, because I don't want to spend $1 million if I have a bit of a sniffle.
Oh, thank Christ to its SCA and not NA region we got the cast. Sheffer with the Helm of the Dominator. He's going to go mid. Velo. Oh, shit, bring him back. Oh, there we go. The stun's ready. You don't need Shepard to join in, but he wants to be part of this, so he gets the Malefice off.
right now the Dire team game plan really does just have to be get Alk to Radiance, because it's not looking too hot the way things are going so far. BT Faded has to sprint away from the bounty runes. Peloton sneaks it under the nose of the Quap, but she is desperate for kills and tangled up by that damn ancient creep. But in comes Raven, blows up the Doom, and Razor forced away.
Raven is on point, by the way, with his rotations and his kills.
Yeah.
Like, he's been a Morphling that has a lot of impact in the early game. And the choice, we were talking about this in the early game, the choice to go Morphling versus Alchemist was the right one entirely. You win the lane, as we were mentioning, and you do have a favorable matchup, or, yeah, somewhat. And you're able to farm pretty freely because they cannot really gank you with just the Winter Wyvern and the Doom. We saw what Doom does. He comes in, Infernal Blades you, and dies. So it's useless.
It's Raven on a carry hero and Mushi on a playmaker. This is what we've wanted. This is what we need for this Geek fam side. And with that Cold Embrace, they've actually set up potentially for the VT Faded Razor to die. Unfortunately, X'd and boated, blown up by the Morphling. Just one more touch, the Torrent tickled him down. Now Wyvern in trouble as Winter tries to juke away over the trees, but it's not quick enough. The Raven Razor Morphling morph annihilating this Dire side.
The rotations here by the cores on Geek has also been really point. Skim has been moving around the map, not caring what the laning stage is or what he's called. They're pushing nothing to stay outside.
No, seriously though, like the laning stage hasn't existed this game.
No, it's sorry.
Because we had the musical lanes to start things off, where you've got the Kunkka TPing, the Razor following, then this kind of wonky tri-lane around the Enigma Disruptor Kunkka lane. But the fact that Skem on his Queen of Pain, I feel the level advantage he got in the first 3-4 minutes over that Necro has completely shut Velo out of this game, but also given this Queen of Pain an exceptionally strong start. She's already level 11. Level 2 Sonic Wave is coming soon, and Peloton's looking for a Doom, but he's glimpsed back.
Very good glimpse there in the blink as well, popping the Doom. The top lane, the Ghost Ship actually just barely nicks Velo. And then comes BT Faded, and Sheffer, he chose the wrong route to escape. Doesn't have Black Hole because he's been Splinter Blast, but Sonic Wave pushes the enemy team back. Mushi wants to join. And I think they could still get a kill here. They're just trying to bide their time for now. The creep dies to Peloton. So unfortunately, Sheffer will not have that, but
they should know that Shrine is down here, and Black Hole was coming up after that Doom.
Skem knows. Look at Skem. Skem doesn't care. Skem goes forward. Skem doesn't know the meaning of back. Go for Winter. Velo dying because they've left him alone because Skem actually divided this team fight a bit. So well played there, Geek fam.
And then Morphling has the tier 2 to himself with a catapult behind him. Easy peasy damage onto the objectives. Bottom tier 1 will fall. But you're absolutely right, the movement here, the rotations of this Kunkka, of this Queen of Pain. Raven, you know, he's 6-0-0 on his Morphling. He's been sniping kills left and right. But they have left the Alchemist at least to get this Radiance. So nothing to say he's nearing readiness, right? 9k net worth, he's a good, solid 1600 ahead of the Morphling. So it's acceleration time. This is where Alk really does have to push all the right buttons, get himself into fighting shape.
Morphling already has a Lincoln already picked up on it.
Yeah, and a Black Hole down the bottom shrine. Doom gets caught in the Midnight Pulse. The Black Hole and the Hellbear smashing him into the ground with a snappy TP out. Winter will be forced to throw in the curse. Velo, do you re-precise this? Of course you do. Of course you do.
Yeah, you want to add that time to the Enigma, ideally. It's a support, so it's actually in the best use of it in re-precise early game. You rely on supports lower levels. Ooh, nothing to say though, could be in trouble here. The stun doesn't really help too much. Nothing to say though, gets saved by the Cold Embrace here. The Queen of Pain, the damage is just not there. So Raven joins in and blows up the Alchemist. Jesus, the Adaptive Strike hurts.
So Alk has Blink Manta queued up after the Radiance. I'm starting to wonder if in this game he needs to get a hood. At least a cloak. Something to mitigate this magic damage. Just the raw nuke power. We're looking at, you know, things like Thunderstrike, adding on to the Adaptive Strike, onto the Queen of Pain with a Shadow Strike. There are so many strikes on this Radiant team. You need something to deflect them off you, to protect your back. Let's get a cloak, buddy.
I would like to see the hood. I mean, I like the cloak meme, but I would really like to see the hood. I don't think the hood defines that expensive for an Alk, and it wouldn't be a bad idea at all. Mitigate that extra damage. What is it, 35% magic resist gives you?
Even just a stick, honestly. Like, he needs something to swing a fight. He needs some kind of burst heal or some way to mitigate damage.
Armlet, perhaps?
I think Armlet's too slow of a build-up. Like, you've got the small incremental items, which feels okay as a primary item on Alk, but I think if you're going back for Armlet on this Alchemist, you are relegating yourself to always being behind the Morphling.
True.
That's probably the same reasoning why he doesn't want to go for the hood. You know, It's going to delay his next items, which he desperately needs. You want that blink to be able to catch people and keep that chain stun going through concoctions. You want that Manta style to be here by, you know, just after 20 minutes, basically.
Yep. With this, Geek fam will keep on the pressure and start pushing. Enigma finally has boots. There it is, yeah. And he's actually going close to a Blink Dagger. Sheffer again playing position 3. And it's actually Mushi's been relegated to not really farm too much. Going for the Spirit Vessel we were mentioning in the beginning of the game. Love that build. Definitely very useful. He's very close to getting it. Only 100 gold away. So you're going to have the Spirit Vessel before the Alk can actually properly fight with your team. And the Sheffer just keeps on pushing.
Push, push, push.
Oh, wait.
Defensive Winter's Curse. Scam's Queen of Pain diving in between tier 2s and tier 3s as they glimpse Velo, X, and Boat. Scam's arriving as well, so they've got the magic nuke damage here if they want to throw it in with a Sonic Wave, but Winter there to save with that Cold Embrace onto Velo.
That's a Tower God. I mean, that's the first tier 2 to fall. It's the weakest one. We've always talked about how this one is not that great, but it's extra gold for Geek fam.
Still decent for the Radiant though. Razor has shoved tier 1 top with a catapult. Alchemist is farming back in the triangle, hiding in the pocket as best he can. But you're losing the entirety of the southern portion of the map. Yes, you've got a ward covering this Dire jungle up towards the top. Both Radiant and Dire looking for the entry points around that northern shrine. But the map is just going to get cut piece by piece as the Radiant team surely now will look to secure Roshan, get into that Dire jungle, utilize the vision that they've already got, and maybe even just swing through this mid lane and find some kills.
Hey Mushi, Static Storm has been used to stop this Razor from going in, but you don't kinetic field the Static Storm.
Zephyr has Black Hole here if they really want to fight. BT Faded is incredibly low on HP.
That Doom comes in the Queen of Pain, stopping him, and the Black Hole will not come out with a Reaper Sight, stopping the Enigma as well. Okay, the combination there, the Static Storm field. So you did it at first to zone the Razor Static Field, great. Then don't surround it by Kinetic Field so that they can't go into the Static Storm. That's not what you want to do.
Also, Morphling being top, they didn't have their
obviously that's big too. Yeah.
Primary hero.
The primary damage dealer, right? Because currently Kunkka is much more utility here.
And it wasn't the reveal of the blink on this Alchemist as well. Being able to gap close, suddenly appear in the fight out of nowhere.
Oh, do you copy the... Oh, I did not know that. You copy Doom's Eden ability, powered ability. Oh, that's fascinating. So
what's that red circle? What's that red dot? Left. Left. Oh, it's gone now. You've missed it.
What red dot? What are you talking about?
It was on your screen. You could see it. You just didn't look.
Okay.
There was just like a red dot next to the Morphling.
Alright. Oh, no. I feel insane. Did he eat a creep? Yeah, he did. He devoured. So you do get the extra gold, I'm presuming, when you digest it finally.
Don't see why not.
I love the the little skill tip. Still digesting that delicious creep. It's wonderful. It's
delicious. So what do we have? Full Greaves Quap, Kunkka with a Spirit Vessel.
That's pretty good timing.
Charges. But here's Roshan. Hello. They've taken control of that raid of the Dire jungle, with a couple of good observer wards. They see the entry points. They've triple sentryed, so they know there is no vision there from the Dire covering them. Alk, Necro, not getting involved. They are sticking down to that bottom half of the map, trying ever so desperately to rush into that Manta style, which will be here pre-20 minutes. I thought maybe it will be just after 20, but great farming speed on this Alchemist allows him to pick it up very speedily.
Raven takes the Aegis, and he is getting closer and closer to that E-Blade. He's going for a very classic Morphling build. Linkens plus E-Blade straight up. Alk, though, does complete that Manta style. And he's starting to get ahead of the pack. 3,000 gold above the Morphling. Still not the easiest fight for him. Only issue is Mushi needs Spirit Vessel charges. Once he gets them, the Alk will not be as strong anymore. Or the Necrophos, actually, for that matter. And it's actually Necrophos who goes for a Hood. I hope he completes that into a pipe. That would be very nice.
And it's so rough for this Dire team. As soon as one hero gets picked off...
Gone. There's no answer.
I mean, Doom might die here as well, honestly. If he gets scouted out, they're going to lose 2 heroes. Oh, Doom, careful.
He dooms the Enigma and
they're coming in to fight.
Survive? Okay, they want to contest this.
They are coming in with everything they've got. Morphling is bottom lane, so this is a 5v4 theoretically.
And they
blink away.
Double concoction still hits her though. Stops her from reinitiating.
Wow, that Necro survived through.
The lack of Morphling though makes a huge difference there. It was mainly that. I love that Raven's taking advantage of Creeple's greed. You're the Alk? I'm the Alk. But
nearly has E-Blade on top of Lincoln's at 20 minutes, honestly. Come on.
Morph. That's so good. But the the issue there, and we've seen it 2 teams in a row, right? You need to fight with Raven. He is your main source of damage, and if you don't have the damage, you just aren't able to burst him down. Unfortunately, this Kunkka build means that you don't have as much damage coming from the rest of your cores. This game also going for Guardian Cleaves. A Cop is nice, and a Cop is strong, but it's not strong enough to get that solo kill on the Necro, apparently.
Zephyr now has the Blink Black Hole, though. The fact that Quap has gone for Greaves means Zephyr can go for this Blink BKB, potentially.
True. And now you have the E-Blade on Morphling as well. Not forget that stacks with the Ghost Shroud, so Necrophos touch him once with magic damage.
He gone.
Yep.
Razor's BKB isn't that far away, though.
He's been recovering nicely from an early game that was not too favorable.
That could put them in good stead for that next team fight. Against all of this magic damage and team fight control, that would mean they need to black hole the Razor. He's got it up on him. Here comes a smoke. Aegis still on this Morphling for another solid 2.5 minutes. They can pick someone off. This Doom in particular would allow them potentially just to take control of this entire map, but great warding out from Winter, honestly. They're picking it out. Yeah, they're scouting it. They're trying to find... Oh, do they not have a reveal?
This is the ward we saw last time, remember? The one you were talking about is a bit awkward. It is very good warding, actually. It is a great warding spot. It's also really hard to do. If you've ever tried to ward there, clicking on that spot is impossible. Static Storm plus Ghost Ship, Velo, Cold Embrace, Shape. And this is the youth that Winter Wyvern has, the consistency. Oh, no, never mind. Turns into Winter Wyvern, not Arctic Burn yet, but he has been hit by his own Winter Scourge. The Black Hole from behind, stopping the Razor. They're going to try to kill him, reprocess him to the Morphling. Raven can still get away. Zephyr, unfortunately, will die there. And Morphling is flying. Finally loses that Winter's, or the Arctic Burn.
They still have Aegis on Morphling here, and another E-Blade. If he wants to turn a burn onto BB faded, he could maybe.
They're considering it, but Mushi will be the scapegoat instead. Easy target of aggression. They just need one more hit. That skull will finish him off. Yes, it will. Velo gets that kill.
So much overcommitment onto that Necro, though. It has to be said. They throw everything onto him outside a Black Hole. Yes, Zephyr catches the Razor in the back through the BKB with that ulti on the Enigma. But they didn't have the follow-through. They didn't have that magic damage. Just because of that BKB, unable to pierce through the defensive item that BT Faded has grabbed. That Razor now, and a good defense. A great defense from the Dire team. Up in their high ground against this Aegis Morphling. It did cost them a buyback. Definitely does have to be noted. Necro loses out on his item progression, expending a decent chunk of money on it. Right, where do they move out from here? Because Alchemist, without Boots of Travel, can't really go for that split push play. It's down to Razor and Doom up at top, trying to shove out that top wave as best they can.
Working okay for them. Since he has the BKB, he's much safer because he can always BKB TP, even though he doesn't want to, obviously. And Geek starting to take up. So the map is kind of divided now, where you have like what, like this more or less. You have this lane being pushed out, and the Dire Jungle still in their possession. But Geek take over the enemy triangle over here. Back to the Illuminati geometry drawings. I am terrible at geometry. I think that's a square. Anyway.
What is that?
I'm terrible. I think I'm vision impaired.
Kind of broken trapezoid.
Anyway, that is what they're farming and taking over right now. So you get more or less the idea.
Does Quap have anything on Courier? No. Finished the Greaves a long time ago.
No, it's just 1,600 gold though on himself, so... So that's something.
That's funny.
She's clearly building on something. What do you want to see here? So you have Greaves, so Yo's another great idea.
That's what I wanted the Scam to tell me.
I think an Ags would be pretty decent. You see how powerful Sonic Wave is. With the Greaves build, it works nicely because you're very teamfight oriented, and you're offlane Quap. I wouldn't mind Orchid though. Orchid's always nice against.
I think Lotus Orb is really good though.
Oh?
You don't have that normal offlaner that would buy the
Lotus Orb?
Lotus Orb, you know, the Crimson Guard, the Hood, the Pipe, that kind of stuff. Maybe even a Pipe on this Queen of Pain. Necro Razor Alk will do a lot of magic damage, and you're not buying BKBs on your cores just yet. Well, so that would be the greedy option. The greedy option would be BKB for Queen of Pain, if she feels like she wants to save herself. Lotus Orb and or Pipe would be the more team-focused defense. I think it has to be a defensive item.
After Greaves? Right. Okay. Alright, we'll see.
And a lot of this really is very heavily weighted on the back of Raven's Morphling. So if you're able to give him, you know, on top of Lincoln's an extra kind of defensive ability. I don't disagree with Ags. Oh, she is actually going Ags. I'm just giving other options.
No, I'm sorry. It's just funny because there was a very long speech and it's like, well...
Well, I clicked back on the Queen of Pain and it's like, oh, she has point booster. Okay.
Oh, there it goes. No, you're right. I see your points though, because you don't have the offlane, and this is going to hurt them as the time goes on. It might be that they decide to reduce Kunkka more the utility role.
Maybe, I think you might be right with that one. Mushi just buys all of the utility items on this Kunkka.
Yeah. The Blink Dagger I like on the Kunkka. You need that extra initiation. And Kunkka is essentially your initiator to some degree. Also, it's very underappreciated, but you can use the X marks plus the Blink Dagger in case you are losing to push out the lane safely. So
when your Enigma has Blink, your Morph has Waveform, Quap has Blink, you got Glimpse on his Disruptor. Do you Winter's Curse this? Oh, you don't need to. VT faded. Massive amounts of damage.
What's the best stun in the game, Gareth?
Damage.
Exactly.
Death.
Death. Specifically. Oh, look at that. Mushi with a Blink Dagger.
Force the BKB and TP.
That's not bad. It's a 9-second BKB you force, right? Yeah. Yeah, okay. You know, I was saying this earlier, like, you have always had the reliability of the BKB TP, but at the same time, you are using a 9-second BKB on a hero that loves long BKBs. Well, every hero does.
It's
him particularly.
Buying more and more time for this Alk. Off-screen core's done, Shiver's Guard is like halfway through.
It does get to a point, though, where you have the window of opportunity for the Alk, right? When you're more farmed than the Morphling, and you're so much more farmed, and you're much more powerful. But if you don't, if that window closes on you, then Morphling destroys you in the late game. No question.
Yeah, it's going to come down to that next Roshan, right? Oh, Winter.
Wow, the shotgun.
He just wanted to ward.
He hasn't died a single time, by the way. As per usual, Raven, you know, styling all over the enemy team.
9-0-0.
Is it really 9-0-0? The best kind of carry.
Poggies.
You don't even get assists. All I get is kills and last hits.
So yeah, next Roshan. What's the time on it? A couple of minutes? It looks reasonably long.
2 minutes, yeah.
2 minutes.
I'm just impressed. I'm sorry.
I'm just watching the yellow circle.
I know, but you're getting very good at it over time. I think we should have given you German Dota a long time ago.
Good at guessing.
Okay, there's a few people pull us in.
So yeah, next Roshan will tie in with the Alk Shiver's timing. Should do if he gets some farm going. So now it's map pressure from the Radiant that needs to come out. Clear out all these waves, deal with the Alk illusions that he's spamming out with a Manta style. I don't know if you can commit for high ground, but they're going to give it a go onto the Necro mid. Decent chunk of damage, nowhere near enough to finish him off, and with that Kunkka being jumped by the Doom Man, the Alchemist, Mushi's a goner. Reaper Sawyer finished him off, and Razor chasing in towards this Morphling who has been moved up at the Black Hole, cancelled by the Winter's Curse. Winter's there to save the day, and my goodness, this dire side, they turn things around real nicely.
Double kill.
Well, that was pretty huge, huh? That was an awkward team fight for Geek fam, losing the...
Like, Doom got doomed. I looked at it for a second, I thought...
Yeah, Doom, like not Doom, Morphling got Doom.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It just caught me off guard for a,
it was
for a quick second. Hang on.
Load of sword there.
What's happened here?
The Geek fam team played that very awkwardly, you know, you didn't have your whole team there, especially the Queen of Pain, which Sonic Wave has been a really good disengage mechanic in the past few team fights.
They've lost momentum, and they've lost 2 fights off the back of trying to go on a Necro.
Yep.
The first time they killed the Necro, forced his buyback, but they lost 4 heroes in the ensuing fight. And this time around, you know, they lose their Morphling, they expend Black Hole, they lose their Enigma. It's just a weird one from this Geek fam side. Really overzealous and over-aggressive with their maneuvers. They have a bone to pick with Velo, apparently. They really, really want to kill him off as quickly as they possibly can in these team fights. But he's a Necro who is 8.3k net worth. He's not insignificant, but he's not a real carry. He's not a core hero compared to Razor and Alk.
Definitely not. They were thinking about the last game where Mushi was playing Necro, and they're like, oh, it's so easy to kill him. What's happening now? It's not the same. And Velo actually tanks quite a lot. It's pretty early. The hood build he went for is actually really effective. He went for the Yosef, we talked about in the draft as well. So it's just the Necrophos, you know, acknowledging that he is in that position where they're gonna just jump him easily, and all he has to do is survive. Honestly, Razor as well has been having a lot of impact. VT faded, recovered, and had a pretty strong mid game. The pick worked better than the most Razor we've seen. I'm trying to catch him out. Mushi, unfortunately, can't do much if the Razor activates BKB. He starts to TP. There's no way to cancel it. Mushi was close to death, though.
Yeah, one more hit might just have been enough there.
And they find the Enigma as well. There's the Malefice. Doom is available in 18 seconds, so they can kill him before it comes out. Be ideal, but in the backlines they find the Queen of Pain, and Reaper Scythe completely destroys her with another one of those static storms that it just doesn't catch anyone. Now, the Morphling returning to his teammate. There's a second Queen of Pain in the game, but maybe he'll have the same fate as the first one, dying as well. MYSG.
And Enigma brought back for this, without Black Hole. They wanted to try and contest Roshan, it looks like. But sick teamfight coordination from this Dire team. Alchemist coming in as that last man, finds the jump onto the Queen of Pain after she had already aggressively positioned to try and fight into the Necro. And Morphling, Raven, we've been really bigging up his performance and saying he's had a spectacular showing in this game. From 9-0-0 now to 9-2-1. 2 deaths, which by all means should not have been given away by this Morphling. Trying to play a little too forward, playing on his own to a large extent, and not playing with that full 5-man squad, but it has to come down to Mushi's initial movement, right? I mean, his initial movement near that Roche pit, and now his movement in towards mid, he's just giving away kills! Mushi!
Yeah, Mushi has to take a chill pill. He has to calm down and think about these kind of initiations. His positioning has been questionable. And not only Mushi's been doing this, but Geek Fam has been giving away a couple of these free kills.
I mean, Geek Fam's becoming Tilt Fam.
He's... Yeah. Keep on analyzing. That's me. That's
he's giggling away. But honestly, like Geek Fam, they had such an exceptional start. You take a look at the net worth, they were leading by a solid 4-5k, and it looked like it would keep on rising. Alchemist, sure enough, does an exceptional job at kind of mitigating that net worth advantage, but it's the execution. The execution has been lacking from Geek Fam, and the execution has been perfect from this winter stack. Razor has always been that aggressive hero on the front. Alchemist, even though he's a tanky hero, he knows that if he gets caught by an X, a Spirit Vessel charge, maybe even the Morphling E-Blade and the damage strikes him, he is, a kill they can feasibly get with the burst damage they have. So he's always very careful to be that second or third man to enter the fight, allowing the Razor and the Necro to be the primary points of engagement. And Pelosin, with the jumps onto Enigma he's been having, that's his job. Jump Enigma, make sure there is no blink black hole. He has Spirit Vessel, he has Doom, and he jumps in, catches 2 with a stomp. Do they follow through? He's got a Doom that he can put in here onto the Queen of Pain or the Enigma if need be. That Boat Torrent catches a couple, and Doom's fall, and Necro might be following him into the grave as the Cold Embrace will buy some time, but will not give him a second life. Winter's out of there, leaving Velo to try and kill that 14 HP tower. Doesn't quite get enough damage in. As the high ground push this time from the team that I was saying had been executing perfectly. I'm going to stop talking because apparently all my words are cursing people.
Yeah. Glad. Good.
Talk about Morphling, say how great he is and he feeds. Talk about the Dire team and how great they've been and they feed.
We should really start betting on these games, before...
Counter-betting.
Exactly, counter-betting whatever we say or think. The choice here for... the plays here by Playhard has also been a bit questioned. We've seen a couple static storms that have literally got nobody, and this is a bit rare, with the kinetic field also getting absolutely nobody because you close them out. You're going always by the mechanic of I have to static storm, and a kinetic field on top of that, and you're constantly closing off your own static storm from people entering it, which is crazy. That time you actually get a much better static storm, a much more zona kinetic field. That's what you have to do. And we were talking about how great the team fight is for this team, only if you execute it properly, right?
Mushi.
So, we'll see. Okay, the Razor BKB is just the bane of Mushi's existence, but this time you do have a Guardian Gaze to help you out.
Look at how scared they are.
They can't fight even a single Razor.
Well, they know if the Razor is charging at them like that the Alchemist is nearby. Necro is dead for 25, but VT Fader just doesn't give a damn.
No.
Necro also did get given the Aghanim Scepter from Alk, and he's also buying another one, which I assume goes on to the Razor.
Or maybe Doom.
I think if they want to commit high ground, I think Razor Axe is...
No, I think the Razor Axe is better. Yeah.
Significantly better.
The team fight for Razor Axe is not that great, but I guess you don't really need the Doom. You're going to use your Enigma, and there's no passives they want to get. So I see your point. Yeah. So the Axe is going to start to come out, right? He's 6 slotted. He doesn't need anything else. You can even give an Axe to Winter Wyvern if he wants to. Not that it's great. I don't even know if that actually worth it, to be honest with you, because the Axe upgrade might actually be bad. But anyway.
I mean, Queen of Pain Ags on this Radiant team, I'm starting to...
Can you turn into Alk as Morphling and then use his Aghanims to use it on your teammates?
What?
Is that possible?
You can't use items. What?
Oh, right. No, never mind. No, but like not get his Axe. Like, can you buy Ags when you turn into Alchemist?
Oh, that's a good question. I have literally no idea.
Yeah. That'd be really cool mechanic. I would love to know that.
I have no idea. I've never thought of that.
We're never gonna find out this game. I don't think the game will go long enough for them to even consider that option. I don't even know if they even consider that either. We have 2 Enigmas, by the way.
That shouldn't be allowed.
I think it should.
What, you should allow Morphling to buy Ags, turn into Alk, and then give it to his teammate?
If Abaddon is allowed in this game as a whole, I think anything is very good. That's my reasoning for things. Miscoil is an ability, Garrett. Just let that sink into your head, and then once you know it.
But like, if you steal, like, if you turn into Lone Druid Spirit and use his Spirit Bear, or you steal Spirit Bear's Rubik, right? You don't get to put items on it and keep them.
That's true. But if you have,
I actually don't know how it works with Morphling. I know the Rubik is like a new bear completely.
if you have Morphling, actually, that's a general question. If you have Morphling and you buy him in Hags and you turn into a hero, do you get their Hags upgrades? No. Like when it was on non-ultimate Hag upgrade?
Question marks.
They actually just took the Razor Ages while we were discussing this.
He's got BKB though.
He's fine. And I think he's going to go for the stat resistance build again, right? The Sanjin Yasha seeming, I hope, is a Satanic Blade. I love this Alcaraz pickup though. And he's getting close to level 25, which is a huge damage bonus for a Razor in general.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Radiant structures.
So many catapults coming. Top lane's got 2, bottom lane's got 2.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Radiant have to make a drastic move.
This is very good plateau though.
Bottom tower has fallen.
You were talking about earlier. Like they're keeping this so like if you go through here with the smoke, impossible. Through here, impossible. And you have the high ground defense no matter what. So well played here. It's not the ideal plateau. This is obviously the much better one, but you don't have the domination entirely of the map.
Oh, can they catch Morphling?
Can they?
They are hunting. Kunkka has shown middle. He's TPing top now.
Oh, that's that storm to save Sheffer. He's like black hole. Using it, but he's gonna die in the middle of it.
No buyback, no black hole.
And there's an Xbox to spot. No, never mind. They're gonna kill the Alk. Jesus Christ, bursting him down this time. Morphling has turned to Razor. Much better with Static Link activated. He's gonna start hitting everyone without the Alk. Can they really beat this Morphling? Cheese has been eaten by the Razor. Where's the Alk? He's finally come back into the fray. It's the Morphling. Reaper Scythe will destroy him. Look at that HP go down. He is forced to go back into Razor form. Now starts shifting again. He has a lot of mobility, but the X-Martial spot stops the Alchemist Concoction from coming out. And now Raven at 5,700 HP total. Managed to survive this. There's the Yule Scepter though, Velo. I don't know what you're planning on doing though. Okay. X marks the spot. This is so confusing. The poor Al just wants to get in. But the X from Mushi has been stopping him consistently.
Alk didn't have to buy back in that fight though.
He did, that's very true. They blew him up though, so there's definitely a chance to kill him.
And that is the issue. If Alk is the front man, he is not invincible. The fact that his past couple of items have been Aghanim Scepters, yeah, he buys a BKB now.
That's it.
Did he buy the second Ags?
No. There's nobody else for that.
Okay.
I was just wondering that as well.
So he goes straight into that BKB. He desperately needed. Great fight for Raven, managed to get in and out of that, playing that kind of guerrilla warfare with the Razor mode.
So Razor,
the Queen of Pain?
I like that Alk is shifting away. He thinks, right, Razor Axe is great if we're going to push, but we're actually losing team fights, we need something else, right? So he's going to go for an Abyssal, which is definitely a necessity if you want to deal with a Morphling.
Alk did have Blink before, right?
He did, yeah.
So he sold it for his BKB.
Oh, you're right. Actually, now I'm not entirely sure.
He definitely did.
Yeah? Okay.
For sure.
I'm going to trust you here. I'm not going to...
For sure.
Okay.
I just clicked on him and I thought, hang on a second, what's missing from this picture?
I thought so as well.
Third cycle of Roshan. Fast spawn in 10 seconds. Vision is limited from both of these teams. They're going to try and catch the Alk. This is a dieback potentially, so he does have to expend that BKB. Doom and Wyvern both sitting just behind him. With a Necro in tow as well. Queen of Pain, Scam blinks forward aggressively. Spots Velo on the way out.
Oh, the ability to buy access bound to his ultimate. I wasn't aware of that. Is it really?
Cool.
Huh. That's thank you. Thank you for knowing that. So you cannot buy access Morphling. Okay, good to know.
That would be ridiculously overpowered.
I mean, when would you use it? It's not like you're playing Alchemy. It's not like common that you could get to. I don't think it's that overpowered.
But if you have Morphling and the enemy has Alch,
yeah,
you could do it in this game.
I mean, he could.
Easily just give Quap and Enigma and Disruptor Ag. I mean,
Actually, you have better Ags than the enemy team, actually. Because Disruptor has the best Ags, I would say, in the game. One of the best.
One of, yeah. How long for Roche, buddy? 45 seconds?
57. 12-second off. Yeah, it's getting closer and closer, though.
And closer.
Roche is a very difficult thing, though, here. Because you have...
AoE. Lots and lots of AoE.
Thank you for finishing that.
Level 2 Black Hole. They've got Static Storm level 2 as well. And they do hold the high ground near the Roche pit. The Dire team off to the east. Gathering up bounty runes, preparing themselves for the next move. The Tome arrives for Razor. Does that not quite get him to level 25? Still a couple hundred experience away from it, but a kill on the Queen of Pain here, maybe. Could put them past that threshold as it does get bounced back. That is the Lotus Orb now on the Kunkka, right? Yeah, so he goes for the build that I wanted.
Good.
We love it, we love that.
Wrong hero, but same build, right?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I think this is the right way, though. I like that the Kunkka's going for this. I actually find that Quap with items can do more than Kunkka with items. Kunkka with items, if you have an early ability, or like early Crystallis, and Armor is great, but if you have to go for the Spirit Vessel early, you're already kind of playing utility. You don't have too much damage. You can't even go for the Armor later. I love that there's 2 Quaps, by the way, on this team.
It's beautiful. Velo is caught up pretty well, now ahead of the Queen of Pain. Blink, Yules, and that Hood moving into Lotus Orb himself to try and deal that Morphling. Ethereal Blade and Adaptive Strike, nailing him every single damn time. And it just becomes a war of attrition in this mid lane. Both sides want to keep shoving the mid wave so they can open up access to the Roche pit. Might see this Alchemist buy Boots of Travel before he goes for the Abyssal Blade, just to have that additional lane pressure, especially bot lane, forcing your opponents to come back and defend their tier 3. Give you that opportunity to force them away from the Roche pit, make them play down to bottom, and then you swing in, or you even go for like a smoke play to wrap around behind that Northern Shrine. Try and catch the Enigma, because that's the Doom's job right now. That's pretty much the job of the Dire team. Catch the Enigma, make sure there is no Blink Black Hole, blow him up. What's his buyback like? He does have it. No buyback on Alk for 2.5 minutes. Razor, 1,300 gold away from it. Kunkka, Doom, Disruptor, all getting close to it, or Doom just got his back with a bit of money. The awkward standoff in the mid lane.
What is there to do right now, though? Like
you stand up in a line.
Yeah, and you wait for the Roshan someone to commit to Roshan, and you
girls go one side, boys go the other side. It's like the
8th grade middle school dance.
8th grade dance.
Yep.
No one wants to cross.
Sheffer tried to be the brave boy that asked the girl to the dance, but
got rejected pretty heavily. He was like, "Hey, do you want to like?" Nope, nah.
You weird, ugly purple dude.
Stop wobbling your hands in my face. Double Enigma now.
I don't think turning into the... Well, I guess you get double Midnight Pulse, right? That's the big thing here.
The thing is, if you have double Enigma, it forces the Doom to think twice.
It does,
because
actually.
He can't. Because if he dooms the Enigma that has Lincolns, he wastes Doom, and he has to doom the Enigma that's the real Enigma that doesn't have Lincolns. And it's this, glance value thing. In the heat of the moment, he jumps in, he blinks, he wall stomps, and he's like, ah, shit. Who do I go on? Well, here's the wrap round. This is what I called 10 seconds ago. The movement, the smoke, the catch, the kill.
Super huge Reaper Scythe, because that means that Disruptor won't be... I mean, he doesn't have buyback, so he won't be in the team fight for another 90 seconds. No Static Storm for 90 seconds. This Disruptor just regrets that movement.
They don't get the ideal scenario, which would have been the Enigma in the back end. But they do still make the right move, the perfect swing in behind that shrine, catching the Disruptor who was up on the front lines. But they can't quite take Roshan. Look at the mid lane. Morphling and Queen of Pain. The Queen of Pain with a jump. Down the dude comes out, Pelosi gets the catch, and that is a kill.
But Dust Curse also stops the Morphling now. Can they continue on to Raven? He seems to want to fight this. The Ghostim comes in, the Black Hole with the Ghostim. They can kill the Necrophos. Finally, their dreams are realized. And now she walks into that Black Hole for some strange reason. Finally, is Scam coming back with Sonic Wave.
Oh dear,
a second time. That's going to be a dieback for Scam.
Where's the Morphling?
Hopeful. The Morphling is behind them. Raven is not with his team. He's to help him now. The shotgun comes out, turns into Rage, trying to blink used. And it now seems like VT Faded could be in a pickle. Slowed down by the Scotty. Morphling's not gonna let him go, but Reaper Sight used. So Enigma also in the graveyard. Velo alone. Murders everyone in the backlines. And now it's timely against the world.
Nice.
Everyone buys back. You have to get away. A triple torrent with the extra AoE. Yes, that makes sure to save the Morphling, who's back to Razor form, changing to Morphling, going to Velo. And trying to get that kill. The second ghost for this team fight will come in, but Yulsucker stops him from impacting on Velo. And now Mushi might just die down. Let Lotus Orb him. Is that going to be sufficient? Apparently so, as they concentrate too much. He's got TP in the middle of the Reap. He was nowhere. The Reaper Sight cancels him.
4 Reaper Sights that game?
40 seconds.
That fight even?
Yeah.
The Aghanim's upgrade.
This is so huge.
Velo winning that fight for them with multiple Reaper Sights, forcing buybacks. And we just bring up the buyback board right now. Nobody's bloody got it. We've got Razor, Doom, and Wyvern, the 3 dire heroes with Velo just charging through that backline. Morphling kind of left to his own devices at the front, dealing with the Alk, dealing with that Winter Wyvern who kept cold embracing people. Winter allowing his teammates just to survive that a little bit longer through these team fights. But it is Roshan that opens up for the Radiant. Geek fan were the first one to take a step into the pit. Does the Winter squad realize that they need to get in here as well? Alk has buyback now. He has saved up for it. Roshan, half HP. Mountain Illusion's coming in. There's the blow up on Zephyr. Winter's Curse clears him up. And into the pit they will walk. Stack Storm's good. But the BKBs are better. Velo doesn't give a damn. The boat will land. The Yules will save him. And Roshan now belongs to the Dire team.
This is the second time Disruptor dies without anything to be done, really. Static Storm completely useless, as you mentioned, because of those big KBs. They cannot defend this Roshan, I don't think. Yeah, the Roshan will go the way of Mescal. Who do you give it to? The Razor, right? The Aegis, yep. And the refresher to Velo. He's like, I heard Gareth wanted more Reaper Sights.
Yeah, let's have
2 more.
Let's have an extra one.
Didn't really fall.
Well,
More like imploded.
Satanic being built by the Morphling, realizing that he very often is becoming this 1v9 machine who needs to stay alive.
yeah. This tower resistance will also help him a lot, right? And for this, the Torrent will stop him. He played as well.
He's looking for that perfect target. If you catch the Queen of Pain,
The Storm's ready. There we go.
double Enigma, but double lanes of barracks. And they're going to retreat fully all the way up towards top lane, realizing that they've taken 2 lanes. There's no reason to stick around.
Alex farms that up. He's gonna get another Agus. You give, or well, actually, you might just want to give the Moonshard to the Razor at this point,
It could be.
as opposed to the Doom Axe or the Winter Wyvern. He's going for a refresher, by the way. Talk about the Great Winter's Curses.
Nice.
Were you checking what the yeah?
What is Wyvern Axe?
So you can toggle or
Oh yes, Arctic Burn toggle, of course. That's not good.
yes, exactly.
That's only good in Overthrow.
It good in Overthrow?
Yeah. Dragon Lance, Bloodthorn, Mask of Madness, Aghanims. You just turn on Arctic Burn and you attack people from like 2,000 range away.
All right, good to know.
There you go, guys. There's an Overthrow strat for you.
Gareth just helped you win your next Overthrow games.
Yeah. Aghanims, right-click physical DPS on Wyvern, or Aghanims on Wraith King. Back to this game. Smoke pops, Wyvern. Scouts them out. From the cape and blink off to the left. Alchemist wants in with a Shiver's Guard. They'll have to PKB to get out of the X.
Doom's Axe is ready. Doesn't need it though. Shepard's dead. Play hard. Will also die here with Reaper Scython and 90 seconds on him again. Still no buyback. Mushi able to fight without his supports helping him out. Raven needs to get away.
That's game.
This seems to be. I mean, you still have Raven and you have Skem. You have 2 heroes.
5 versus 2.
You know, the math is not on their side, but sometimes it's not about math, it's about believing.
6 versus 2.
Why 6?
Aegis on the Razor is still there. They didn't even manage to claim it. 7 versus 2 because they got cheese on Doom.
Okay.
8 versus 2 because Necro will not die. He just keeps then the numbers are just getting bigger and bigger here, and I think with the tier 4s falling, the chances of the Radiant coming back into this are diminishing pretty quickly.
The chances of the Cubs winning the World Series were also very small, and they still did it. So, you know, Geek fam want to be a legend as well. I don't respond there. There's no way this is happening. He's trying though. Raven with a Sonic Wave. Go for the BK beat up Alk. There's the Alchemist with the stun, stopping the Queen of Pain. Now the Reaper sight, it just keeps coming out, and the GG is there. Cannot be this Eye of the Storm Razor.
Knocked out the power of Malaysia, Singapore, and Australia. Moving on to that lower bracket final against Boom ID for a chance to move towards that